So welcome back to Sports Fans. We're now about to get underway in another women's singles match. It will be Dóra Madarász against the Austrian Amelie Solja. Early point for the Hungarian. Could really go either way. Solja, better ranked player in the rankings. She comes in as the Austrian number 2, the European number 17, and the world number 55. Madarász, the Hungarian at number 5, European at number 55 and 145th in the world. But I think it will be a much closer match than the rankings do reveal. Solja is definitely not unbeatable, and Madarász has proven at youth level that she is a big talent. Has also had some very decent games in the Champions League as well with Buruashi. And so the possibility that this one goes the full distance is a very realistic one. A lot of hopes resting on the shoulders of Amelie Solja. Austrians hoping for at least 2 medals in this event. They haven't got one so far. They were in the later stages of the team event, went on to lose both in the men's and women's events. In the singles, and their chances are sparse, it has to be said. Robert Gardos perhaps their best hope of a medal in the men's singles and doubles. They head in as the defending champions Harbison and Gardos. It won't be easy for them either. Madarász this time hitting the net. And as expected, this one is a rather tight start to the match. 7-7 between the two youngsters out there. Solja, 23 years of age. Madarász, also not even 20 yet. So Solja with a 2-point lead, and she has 2 more points to get to take a 1-0 lead in games as well. And it's now 3 game points for Amelie Solja against Dóra Madarász. And 1 game point saved by the Hungarians, to 2 more left for the Austrian. And another chance goes begging for Solja. Just 1 more game point now for the Austrian number 2. And there it is, the Austrian does take the opening game as well. 11-9, tight as expected. Amelie Solja giving the Austrians something to cheer about. Solja, of course, born in Germany, had an Austrian grandmother, opted to head down the path of the Austrian team despite playing rather well as a cadet for Germany back in 2005 and 2006. She saw more opportunities as an Austrian, opting to go that path, and it paid off as well. Austrian number 2 in this event here in Swechat in Austria. Her sister opting to go down a different path. Patricia Solja, as you may well have heard, won gold in the team event for Germany a few days ago. She plies her trade in Austria with Frostberg Linz, but Patricia Solja has a very bright future ahead of her for Germany, and who knows, we may well see the 2 sisters take each other on in this tournament. Opening point goes to Solja as well. She saw an opening there and took it with really good aggression. Solja, very good defensive player, making use of the backhand a lot as well. Likes to get very low down on the table. Good sense of positioning and decent movement as well from the Austrian. And this time she gets rather fortunate as that one bounces in her favour. 3-0 she leads against Madarász in the second game. Well, that really should have been the Hungarian's point there. She got the luck of the bounce and Solja was out of position. Madarász knew exactly what she wanted to do, just guide that one down the line away from the Austrian, but she didn't take the point, and maybe that will prove costly in this second game as well. 5-0 the lead now for the Austrian number 2 player. At the moment, that tactic from Solja is paying off. It's a little bit monotonous, but it is doing the job against Madarász at the moment. And I mentioned the possibility of the Solja sisters facing each other in the singles event. While it is a realistic task in the doubles, Patricia Solja will join up with Sabina Winter to take on Amelie Solja and Sofia Polchanova later on today at 5:15 on table 1. Polchanova has just entered the arena as well. She's watching on from the stands. She'll be teaming up with Amelie Solja later on to take on the other sister Patricia Solja and Sabina Winter in the doubles event. That one will be a match well worth watching on table 1. We'll of course have live coverage of that later on, 5:15 start. The Solja sisters finding themselves on different ends of the table in different shirts for different countries. And Amelie at the moment leading 9-3 in this. It's a very good display from the Austrian at the moment. I have to say, we thought it would be a little bit better, a little bit tighter for Madarász in this one. It hasn't been the case so far. She is finding it difficult to deal with the Austrian. She trails 10-3 and 7 game points here for Solja. And there it is, very good stuff here from Amelie Solja. She has a 2-0 lead against Dóra Madarász, 11-4 this time. Nothing much really on show here from the Hungarian, 11-9, 11-4 after 11 minutes. The winner of this match will face the winner of the game between Matilda Ekholm and Hanna Matalova. Ekholm, perhaps the favourite for that one. Won't be an easy match for either of these two against those two players. And other matches on the main floor at the moment. Han Ying, the hero for Germany in the team event on Monday, is facing Carey of Wales. She's leading 2-0 in that one. Not much problem. Not too many problems against the Welsh player at the moment. In table 3, Pitkiewicz is taking on Vachanovska, and it's 1-0 for the Czech player on table 3 at the moment. On table 4, the defending champion Victoria Pavlovic is taking on the Romanian Postaka, and it's currently 2-0 for the Belarusian against her. Relatively easy for the defending champion against the Romanian at the moment, and she will be expected to win that match. First blood in the third set does go to the Hungarian. She needs to perform much, much better in this third game. Otherwise, she may find herself too far behind. A very good point from Madarász. No chance for Solja. 3-0, 3 points without reply from the Hungarian. Exactly the start that she needed in this third game as well. First point on the board for the Austrian after 6 points. She trails 5-1. In difficulty in the third game so far. Madarász coming out of the blocks and playing much, much better than she did in the opening 2 games, it has to be said. And she didn't really have much choice. And this time, Solja should really have taken that point. She was patient, she waited for a chance, and then perhaps getting a little too hot-headed as she rushed in to try and take that point. 7-1 for Madarász, and she has a lead which will be difficult to come back from. Surely going to get her first game on the board. And those big points from Solja not coming off in the third game. She is having quite some difficulty here against Madarász in the third game. And it really is pretty much exactly what we expected as well. Madarász knew she had to come out in this one and perform much, much better. Otherwise, she would be staring it down a 3-0 deficit. And she would have been in real world trouble, but now she has 7 game points and she is back in this match. Two points saved by Solja, still another 5 left to play for them for Madarász. And there it is, 11-5 in the end for the Hungarian. So 2-1 between these two. Much, much better performance from Dóra Madarász. She was looking a little bit slow in the opening 2 games, especially in the second one where Solja went on to win it 11-4 and really did blow the Hungarian off the table. But that was a much, much better and more confident performance from the Hungarian, and she will now be hoping to get back on level terms and make it 2-2. 4 points played, and it is the Austrian with a 3-1 lead. These two players fighting for the chance to head into round 2 to face either Hanna Matalova or Matilda Ekholm. And that match will be played later on today at 7:30 p.m. Before that, though, Amelie Solja will have a match in the doubles event, and she'll be taking on Patricia Solja, her sister, and Sabina Winter, and that one at 5:15 p.m. And that will also be on table 1, so plenty of reasons to stay and follow the action on table 1 here this afternoon. Sofia Polchanova and Amelie Solja were able to beat Tessie Gondaringa and Mercedes Nagyvaradi, the Hungarian player, 11-7, 11-7, 11-8 in just 16 minutes earlier on today at 10:40 a.m. And that was an impressive performance, and the doubles pairing of Polchanova and Solja shouldn't be underestimated in this tournament. And at the moment, Solja on her own is not doing too badly either. She leads 6-2 in the 4th game. 4-point advantage against Dóra Madarász. Three more points needed for Amelie Solja to take a 3-1 lead here against Dóra Madarász. This time the backhand not paying off. Madarász has had plenty of games so far in this singles event. Her tournament started on Tuesday in the qualifying round in Group 11, and she won all 3 of her matches against Celine Royst, Kim Vermaas and Yevgenia Vasileva. And so 7 game points here for Solja to take a 3-1 lead against Dóra Madarász. And she takes it at the first attempt as well, going in for the kill, and there was nothing really the Hungarian could do there. She knew she was in trouble, and so a great response there from Amelie Solja. She lost the 3rd set, but now she leads 3-1 and is just 1 game away from heading into the next round. I mentioned earlier, Madarász was pretty good in Group 11 in the qualifications. She beat Celine Royst 11-8, 11-5, 11-2 in just 12 minutes in her opening match. And then on Wednesday, she took on Kim Vermaas, winning 11-7, 12-10, 7-11, 12-14, and then in the final game 11-6. That one took a little bit longer, 35 minutes. And yesterday at 5 p.m. she had another easy match against Yevgenia Vasilieva, taking just 15 minutes, 11-6, 11-3 and 11-1. And she was very, very dominating in that qualification. Didn't have the greatest of times though in the women's doubles earlier on today at 10 a.m. She teamed up with Britt Erland, and they went on to lose against Sarah Danuta and Jianlin, 11-8, 14-12, 7-11 and 11-4. And she is now 1 game away from being knocked out of the singles event in the first round against Amelie Solja. Madarász really finding it difficult to break down Solja as well. So effective on the backhand. And that was better from Madarász, just guiding that ball past the Austrian. 4 points played, 2-2. Next match on table 1 will be between Bastian Steger, as he will take on Zolt Pate of Croatia. Bastian Steger by far and away the favourite in that one. And that match scheduled for a 3 p.m. start. Now Madarász knows she should have done better there. Disappointing shot as it's now 4-4 after the opening 8 points in game number 5. Must not forget, Solja now needing 6 more points to head into the next round. Madarász in real trouble, has to perform much better here. And that was a very good backhand. 10 points played, 5-5. And you can hear the stamping of the feet every time Solja plays a shot, a big stomp. Six as we enter the halfway stage of this game. Nothing separating the two players in this one, but 2 games separating the two in terms of the match overall. 3-1 for Solja. So 2 point advantage is now crept up for Solja, and Madarász opting to take a timeout as she finds herself 3 points away from defeat here in the opening round of the singles event at the 32nd European Championships here in Swechat, just on the outskirts of Vienna in Austria. It's been a very good tournament so far in the Multiversum. Perfect conditions and a stage for this kind of event. Organisation has been very, very good. No complaints from anyone so far. We still have another 2.5 days of top quality action as well in store. It will continue later on with the second round of the singles events, and also we're heading into the important stages of the doubles, and then tomorrow is when the big action gets underway. Quarterfinals in the singles, semi-finals in the doubles, and then of course on Sunday you know what will be happening: semi-finals, singles, and then the finals. And that timeout paying off perfectly for Madarász. She makes it 8-8. 2 points in a row after that timeout. Still not out of this match, Dóra Madarász. And she takes the lead as well, 3 points in a row. And on table 11, Ekholm against Matalova is currently 2-1 for the Swede in that match. The winner of that one, of course, will face the winner of this game. And it is Madarász who has 1 game point here for a chance to send us into a 6th game. And what can Solja do? The answer is not much, as Madarász recovers very, very well after that timeout. She was trailing 8-6. She goes on to win it 11-9. She really was in danger of losing this match completely there, but that timeout was called at a very, very good time. And so rather than finishing the match, Amelie Solja finds herself heading into another game. Still has the better position, still leads 3-2, but she needs to be careful that Madarász doesn't take heart from that win just then and use it to her advantage. Madarász still has a long, long way to go. She needs to win the next 2 games to win this match. And the advantage still firmly with the Austrian as we head into game number 6. And this time Solja once again not taking advantage of a clear-cut chance. Should have made that her point. Instead, it's 2-1 for Madarász. Much better this time from Solja. Can sense here a little bit of nervousness creeping into the Austrians' game. She, of course, is just one game away from winning this match, but she knows that Madarász has the quality to come right back into this one and cannot afford to make any silly mistakes like the one she made a few points ago. Six points played, 4-2. The score now for Amelie Solja. It's now 2-2 between Ekholm and Matlova, so the Swedish player having a few problems against the Czech international. Winner of that match will face the winner of this match on table 1. Solja keeps alive that 2-point advantage. She now leads 5-3. So after 9 points, it is 6-3. And this time she doesn't make the same mistake that she made earlier on. 7-3, a 4-point advantage now for the Austrian. And she's 4 points away from winning this match to head into the second round and to give the locals here a lot to cheer about. And so here it is, 5 match points for Amelie Solja rather, to win this match against Dóra Madarász. And it will be the Hungarian to serve match point number 1. And there it is, she takes it at the first attempt as well. 4-2, she wins relatively easily in the end. Madarász did show glimpses of dangerous play, but overall Amelie Solja playing effectively and efficiently, and she heads into the next round and she'll face either Matilda Ekholm or Hanna Matlova. Next up on table 1 is Bastian Steger against Zoltpiet. That one's scheduled for a 3 p.m. start, so just a few moments away.